Hello, everyone, and welcome to HomeAway's second quarterly webinar for property managers. Thank you for joining us for our Q2 updates. If you attended our last webinar, you may already be familiar with how this works, but real quick, let's just cover a little housekeeping for our session today. All attendees are muted. We can't hear you, but you can use the questions panel to ask questions during the webinar. Everyone who registered and attended today will get a link to the video afterward. Also, if you run into any technical issues, just try logging out of the webinar and logging back in. And with that, let's get started. Next, I'd like to introduce you to our two speakers today. Lisa Chen, who is the Vice President and General Manager of HomeAway's Global Business for Property Managers, and Tom Beagles, our Director of Global Partner Product Marketing. Lisa's going to start us off with a brief recap of what we announced in our last webinar and a couple of key updates on the topics we mentioned. And with that, I'll hand it over to Lisa.
Thanks, Kara, and hello, everyone. I am Lisa Chen, and I'm the VP and General Manager of HomeAway's Global Business for Property Managers. And I'm excited to be with you here today and give you a look at what's on the horizon for property managers at HomeAway. So for the last 8 months, my team and I have been working hard to make good on our 3 commitments to you. Now, we announced those commitments at our ResFest last year, and so as a reminder, we are focused on 1, supercharging our partnership with you, 2, getting you more high-quality bookings. It's not just about quantity, but also quality. And 3, making it easier to work with HomeAway on a daily basis. Now, to be clear, some of the things that we want and are actively working on to fix for you are not quite ready for prime time yet, and we expect to have a pretty meaty update for you in our next quarterly webinar. And some of these features are going to include things that help you scale smarter by bringing you the insights, technology, and access you need to have a competitive edge. Interestingly, these new features line up quite nicely, or at least the announcements of those features line up quite nicely with our ResFest conference that we'll be hosting in September in Las Vegas. So that was a quick plug for ResFest, and I'll come back to that at the end of the webinar. But in the meantime, we're focused on how we can bring you more high-quality travelers and bookings on HomeAway and Vrbo. And so this is what I want to dive into what we're doing around this. But first, there are 2 initiatives that I wanted to remind you about that we talked about in detail during our last webinar. The first I want to touch on is price consistency. Price consistency is one of the best ways to improve your performance on HomeAway. In fact, property managers who adopted price consistency see about a 29% higher conversion on average than property managers overall. That's huge. Now, we spent a lot of time in the last webinar talking about the price consistency upgrade. Essentially, it's a software upgrade that ensures that the rates and fees set in your software show consistently for travelers from the moment they see your property in search until they check out. And so this directly impacts the number of bookings you receive, because when travelers see inconsistent prices, whether they are lower or higher, we see up to a 50% drop off. And you also gain, by being price consistent, you also gain eligibility for distribution to the 750 million visits to the Expedia Group family of sites each month. And that's at no additional cost to what you pay for your HomeAway listings today. And so we want to help you with any next steps you need to take. Please first reach out to your software company or to your HomeAway account manager to get started on the upgrade. And if you're a premier partner, you'll also want to gain access to Boost to help improve your listing search position. If you want more information on how to become price consistent, please let us know in the comment features of this webinar, and we will follow up with you. Now, I just referenced another program called Boost. We did talk about Boost in our last seminar. As a reminder, Boost is an exclusive benefit that rewards premier partner listings with a tool to increase the visibility of those listings on HomeAway. And so Boost can fill calendar gaps during specific date ranges by helping your property appear higher in the search results on the days when you need bookings the most. We built Boost for property managers with scalability in mind. So that includes pre-configured Boost opportunities that are automatically surfaced to you so that there's no manual work involved in how you manage your Boosts across multiple listings. So essentially, we'll surface those opportunities when it makes sense for you to boost your listing. We'll surface a date range when the property is available, the current average search position for the listing, and the forecasted search position if the listing is boosted. And so you'll know exactly what the probability is of getting a booking based on that. So each opportunity is scored as a strong, a fair, or weak, based on the likelihood that that opportunity will result in a booking. And that's based on signals like traveler demand, timing, and then historical booking data. And so it's easy to search and filter for specific properties based on a property location, dates, or an opportunity length. Last, you can track activity across multiple properties in your Boost log, where you'll see all of your current and past Boost opportunities. So if you joined the Premier program most recently, like in May, and have upgraded to our price consistency integration, you should now have access to Boost. If you have any questions about whether you're eligible or how to use or access Boost, you can leave a comment in the section for this webinar, or you can contact your account manager or IPM support. Now, let's dive into important updates for Q2. And by Q2, I mean this past quarter. So this quarter, we're announcing some exciting marketing investments and new features designed to bring you more travelers. Some of you may have heard that we just changed the name of our global vacation rental division from HomeAway to Vrbo to support our global admissions for Vrbo. So Vrbo will be our primary global brand and the one we invest in moving forward. So with the changes to our business model and technology platform mostly behind us, we are dedicating more resources to focus on our global brand strategy. Vrbo, or as some of you may know it, Vrbo historically, has always been our strongest brand in our largest market and the one that families love. And now it has a new look and pronunciation, and we believe Vrbo will be successful globally. And so what does this mean for you? Really, there are no changes to your day-to-day operations from any of our brands, and none of the tools that you use have changed. You'll still use the same dashboard and login that you use today to manage your properties, whether you list on HomeAway or Vrbo. Separate from our name change, I'm sure you've also noticed a new look and feel of Vrbo. And this does mean something important for property managers, and I'm excited to share that. As I mentioned, we are making big investments in Vrbo as our new global brand. By shifting our focus to Vrbo, we'll be able to invest in a single brand and more effectively reach travelers around the world to bring you even more bookings. So over the next year and beyond, we will take a phased approach to launching Vrbo branded sites in markets where we do not even currently operate, and begin to rebrand some of the existing country-specific sites to Vrbo. Vrbo has always been our strongest, most beloved brand in North America, and Vrbo marketing campaigns, including a TV commercial, have performed incredibly well, motivating us to invest even more in this brand. But don't worry, for right now, HomeAway and other regional brands will still exist. Travelers who want to book on those sites still can. And we've got some incredible new features to help people everywhere travel better together. And that'll also make your life as a property manager easier on HomeAway and Vrbo. Tom's going to go into more detail on those in a moment, but first I want to share more about why we chose the Vrbo brand. Vrbo has always been one of our most popular and recognized brands. And in the world of technology and e-commerce, where most travelers book online, that name recognition translates directly into more bookings for you and by driving more travelers to you. Since 1995, Vrbo has helped families and friends travel and stay together in amazing destinations around the world. Our business has grown tremendously over that time. We've amassed more than 2 million unique places to stay across the globe and transformed into a powerful e-commerce platform that thousands of travelers use every single day. And so it was time to refresh our brand to better reflect that we've become both a household name in travel and a modern and global technology company. And so you'll notice that our new brand identity looks considerably different than what we had before. We wanted it to be distinct, memorable, and timeless. And our new brand was inspired by what immediately comes to mind when travelers think of Vrbo, vacations, V for vacations. And we also changed our pronunciation. Throughout the years, we've noticed that many of our loyal fans have already started doing this. And so our name, Vrbo, they've been using it instead of Vrbo. In fact, as a side note, when I first joined the company, this is how my parents referred to the brand. They said, "Oh, you work for Vrbo." We conducted research and learned that Vrbo is easier to remember and easier to say in other languages. And so we decided to make it official by changing our name from an abbreviation to a word. So VRBO is now Vrbo. And a lot has changed since HomeAway acquired VRBO years ago. And the term by owner, BO, by owner, simply doesn't reflect all of our partners today. And that was especially important for me as the leader of the property management business, that we better reflected all of our partners, most importantly, you guys. And so we put a lot of thought into changing the logo, into the pronunciation, as well as the logo itself. How do we create a new logo that is unique, easy for people to recognize and remember, and translates into a global audience of travelers, not just the US, but truly global audience? And so when developing the concept, we married reoccurring themes we often associate with vacations or holidays, things like movement, discovery, adventure, with the foundational elements of connection, time spent with loved ones, new surrounding and memorable experiences. Vrbo has a really rich history and heritage, and so it was important that our new brand look more modern and exciting, but also timeless and classic. Generations of travelers have made lifelong memories traveling with Vrbo and will continue to do so for years to come. So, to recap, what does Vrbo rename and rebrand mean for you? One, our new investment into advertising and features for travelers directly translates into more high-quality travelers and bookings for you, without changing the way you do business on the site today. So for now, HomeAway and other regional brands will continue to exist. Travelers who want to book on Arbortel or stays at other sites can still book on those sites. Most importantly, know that my team and I are committed to being transparent with you and helping you succeed on all of our sites, no matter the name. And we believe that transitioning to Vrbo as our global brand will put all of our property managers in the best position to be successful over the long term. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tom Beagles to share a few new features and how they'll translate to more travelers and more bookings for you on HomeAway and Vrbo.
All right, thank you, Lisa. Hey everyone, my name's Tom Beagles and I'm the Director of Global Partner Product Marketing at HomeAway and Vrbo. I'm really excited to be here. So let's start digging into those new features. So you just heard about the Vrbo rebrand launch from Lisa, and with that relaunch, we launched 3 new features. We launched Virtual Assistant, which is a tool designed to help you communicate with travelers and reduce back and forth communication. We launched new trip boards, which is a new and improved version of our feature that helps travelers search and find your properties. And last, Virtual Tours. Virtual Tours are a tool that you can use to help highlight your property's features in a rich visual way. So let's start with the Virtual Assistant. Virtual Assistant is our new automated chatbot for travelers. Now, we knew that this was a key area we wanted to focus on to attract more travelers because more than ever, customers expect to see live chat on any website they visit. In fact, more than 30% of customers today expect to see live chat on websites, and that number is growing. Chat's expected to grow by 87% over the next 12 months. Our Virtual Assistant provides an alternative, modern, efficient, interactive mechanism for travelers to locate property information that is most important to them. The experience leverages every aspect of partner and traveler provided content to showcase and merchandise the unique attributes of the property. So for many customers, it's also more than a service expectation, it's a preference. People increasingly prefer chatting rather than personal contact or even making phone calls, in part because chatbots tend to provide easy, quick, and pleasant conversations, leading to an overall positive experience. The good news is that property managers don't have to change anything that they're doing today to take advantage of this tool. We built our Virtual Assistant to use the information that you've already provided in your listing to answer travelers' common questions. This saves you time, as you don't have to answer the same questions over and over again. And if our Virtual Assistant can't find the answer, or if the inquiry is one that can only be answered by the partner, the Virtual Assistant will promote having the traveler contact the partner directly, therefore saving you more time. The next feature I want to talk about is trip boards. So some of you may be familiar with this tool as a way for travelers to save and come back to your properties that they find on the site. Well, now trip boards has an entirely new experience that takes advantage of today's digital landscape, changing the way families and friends pick the perfect vacation rental. What we've created is a collaborative shopping and planning tool that helps travelers find the perfect property faster by saving all the places they love in one place, where the entire group can access them. So let's dig into this and see how it works. Families and friends can use trip boards to bookmark homes and share them with each other. Groups can comment and vote, making sure everyone's voice is heard, and they can save properties to spark inspiration for future trips. This is one area we're investing to bring more travelers to you and attracting more families and friends by making it more fun and easier than ever to search and collaborate on properties and find the perfect property for the perfect getaway. Now let's dive into something new that you can begin using today. Virtual tours. Virtual tours are an immersive and interactive experience for travelers that gives a full view of your property before they book. We are the first vacation rental platform to bring a virtual tour player directly into our platform. Today it's on our desktop and mobile sites, but soon we'll have them in our HomeAway and Vrbo traveler apps. And we purposely built a player that can take in any type of virtual tour, and that gives our partners more flexibility to add them. And we'll get to more on that in a minute, but first let's look at some of the other key benefits to property managers. So our data shows that virtual tours lead to higher traveler engagement and higher conversion. One reason for this is virtual tours help set better traveler expectations. The immersive experience is what really sets virtual tours apart. Unlike a video, our new virtual tours product allows travelers to interactively explore homes before they book. A 360-degree view of the property helps them understand the features, the amenities, and the layout in a way that photos can't. It also helps your maintenance staff by giving them a digital guidebook that they can reference. And that helps them pinpoint specific things that need to be fixed or replaced if a traveler gives feedback. It can literally show you which exact curtain in the living room needs to be replaced. One reason we've invested in adding a virtual tour player is that, like we mentioned in our virtual assistant, consumer preferences are changing and expectations are rising. With the rise of virtual reality and augmented reality across multiple industries, rich content is more important than it has ever been before, and the VR industry is no exception. We have an advanced user research lab in Austin where we use cutting-edge technology to better understand our customers' expectations. Using computer vision and machine learning, we track dozens of different emotions, some of which you can see in the graphs below the user, and in real time, our software is analyzing his emotional reactions through the camera feed to better understand his emotions at any point in the user experience. So we invited 20 users into our lab to test virtual tours, and we saw some pretty incredible results. Overall, we found that customers were roughly 2 times more engaged with a virtual tour compared to a photo gallery. The travelers who preferred the virtual tour said it made them feel as if they were walking around the property. Participants also commented that the virtual tour gave them a better understanding of what the property had to offer. We also measured joy and positive affect or general excitement. As you can see in the graph, the immersive virtual tours experience captured travelers' emotions and generates more excitement than a photo gallery. In other words, it helps people connect with and remember your property in a way that photos alone cannot. If you don't have any virtual tours already today, we can help. As I mentioned before, we've built our own player that can ingest other kinds of virtual tours and unify the experience across the platform. No matter what price point, quality level, or scale you need, there's a solution available for you that we can pull into our platform. Today, we're partnering with 4 different companies that offer either full service options where they create the tours for you, or do-it-yourself options where you can use equipment to create the tour yourself. Coming soon, each of these vendors will have special offers for HomeAway and Vrbo users. Knowing which one is right for you really depends on what you want to take on. Full service options like TruePlace and SmartShoot are ideal if you want to be completely hands-off. All you have to do is schedule a day for them to come out and shoot the tour. After that, they'll shoot, edit, and upload the virtual tour for you. Do-it-yourself options like Inside Maps and Matterport let you shoot the virtual tour content yourself anytime. All you need is an iPhone. Once you have the content on your phone, you can work with either Inside Maps or Matterport to process the tour and upload to your listings. And speaking of Matterport, I'm very excited to share a long overdue update. If you already work with Matterport, you can now officially add your existing Matterport tours to your HomeAway and Vrbo listings today. If you already have virtual tours with Matterport, it's a quick and easy process to upload your tour to HomeAway and Vrbo from your Matterport dashboard. All you have to do is go to the Apps section, select HomeAway and Vrbo, enter your property link, and upload. That's it. Your virtual tour will automatically be published to your HomeAway and Vrbo listings. So we're really excited about this innovation and that we can bring this technology to you that's going to help bring you more travelers. Moving on to our next subject, let's talk about another way that you can increase conversion. Reviews. As you all know, reviews are incredibly important to being a successful property manager. They're also an important factor in determining your HomeAway and Vrbo market rank, search position, and ultimately your conversion. Overall, properties with more reviews tend to get more bookings. And that seems like common sense, but we boiled it down to exactly how important reviews are to attracting travelers and therefore to your performance. Even getting just one review on a new property makes it 13 times more likely to get a booking than a property with no reviews. Get more than 5, and we see a 50% increase in booking conversion on average. Reviews are an important factor for travelers when evaluating properties for their perfect vacation. So how do you get more reviews? We can help with that. Here's some ways we're directly driving you more reviews from travelers. For our partners who were still opted into HomeAway sending review requests, we A/B tested a brand new email asking travelers to submit a review. We saw a considerable uplift. We saw property managers who began using our new reviews email started getting 25% more reviews than property managers who only used their own reviews solicitation. Partners who have opted in already and are using our new reviews email are already getting around 25% more reviews than those who use their own review solicitation. Which brings me to my next subject, where you can rate travelers and easily manage all of your HomeAway reviews in your dashboard. Our new reviews experience is designed to make it easier for you to manage your HomeAway reviews, and you can also now review travelers within your dashboard in addition to our email submission. The singular view keeps your reviews for all properties in one place, where you can see which guests have completed their stay and haven't left you a review, so you know where you need to follow up. A new response indicator helps you proactively manage your reputation with travelers by seeing what reviews need to be responded to, and an advanced search filter helps you save time by letting you filter and sort based on the reviews that need attention, time period, and more. Once you click into reviewing a traveler, you can see that you can rate them on 4 key areas: the overall experience, cleanliness, house rules, and communication. You can also indicate if you would consider renting to this person again. One reason travelers are more likely to review you if you rate them is because travelers are typically reminded to submit their own review once they get a notification that they've been reviewed by you. Which brings me to something we get a lot of questions about. How does the traveler rating process actually work? Many of you have asked for more clarity about how the reviews process works and why reviews are so important to your performance. We want to take a quick second to explain how that process works. Our review system is a double-blind experience designed so that you can't see a traveler's review and they can't see yours until they are both locked. This helps ensure the fairness of the review and that you can trust the review you see. There's a 14-day window where travelers can't see your review until the 14-day review window closes, and you can't see theirs either. This means no one can react or retaliate with a bad review. At the end of a 14-day window, reviews are published, and traveler reviews are combined with others who have stayed at your place and shared on the PDP. Reviews are a two-way street. Good for you, good for the travelers, and are a great way to increase trust and transparency, foster community, and help your vacation rental business grow. We send reviews emails for all bookings on Vrbo and are constantly testing and optimizing to make sure that we're getting as many reviews as possible for our partners. So now I'm going to hand it back over to Lisa to bring us home with a recap of important takeaways and look at what's in store for later this year.
Great, thanks, Tom. So we've covered a lot of information today, and I want to summarize the 3 most important things that I hope you take away. Number 1, price consistency. It's the most important way to improve your conversion and performance on HomeAway. And if you haven't started the upgrade, reach out to your software provider to understand when it'll be available to you. Number 2, virtual tours. This is so exciting. If you have Matterport links, add them today or contact one of our providers to get started on your own virtual tours. And then last, reviews. Rated travelers can help you get more reviews. Log into your dashboard today to see our new reviews experience and which travelers are still waiting for your review. Now, looking ahead, we are focused on areas to help the professional property manager scale smarter. And there are 3 key areas. We're not just focused on bringing you more travelers, but bringing you more high quality travelers. And so today we're invested in making Vrbo fun and easy for groups of family and friends to shop and find vacation and holiday rentals. We're looking at ways to make those families and friends more likely to look at and book your property by investing in new technologies like virtual tours that bring to life your fabulous properties that you already have. But looking ahead, we're also working on new ways to help property managers get more traction with new listings. I have personally heard this as a main pain point from many of you, and so I am so excited to be able to talk about some of the new things we're rolling out. The next big area is around surfacing data insights so that you can make more informed decisions. We see a real opportunity to provide property managers with a competitive edge by surfacing Expedia group level data. So this includes giving you access to real-time insights to improve listings in your portfolio based off market level and traveler data that comes from all over Expedia's family of sites. Then the third big bucket is around creating an ecosystem of technology specific to meet your needs. So what do I mean by that? We're continuing to provide the flexibility you need to manage your listings in a way that's right for your business, because each one of you run your business differently than the other. And we're doing this through more, not less options in terms of pricing and fees and other areas. And we're also revamping our software strategy to provide property managers more robust technologies to help solve their modern day challenges that they face in this industry. And so, just as I just mentioned, we have a lot of things that we're working on, many new tools and technologies that we're planning to announce at ResFest. So I mentioned this at the start of the webinar. I really want to encourage you to attend this year's event. I mean, if there was ever a year to attend, it is this one, where you can learn about the things that we're going to be launching, the new products and ways that will help drive your business success. There will be 50+ educational sessions covering everything from tech innovations to industry trends, opportunities for networking with peers, and then most importantly, we're adding even more opportunity for face-to-face support and coaching sessions, and a lot more. ResFest welcomes all property managers, regardless of the software they use, regardless of whether they manage their listings on directly on our dashboard. And we have a special discount code for you as a thank you for attending today's webinar. And so visit resfest.com to learn more. And if you're interested in attending and getting that discount, enter the word webinar, all capital letters, webinar, at checkout for $200 off. And so that concludes our second quarterly webinar for property managers. Thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your day. As I've said before, feedback is at the foundation of our partnership with you. And we really want to hear how we can better partner with you and help you succeed. So I hope you'll take a minute to fill out the survey that we'll send you at the end of the webinar. Let us know what was helpful or not about this webinar, or anything we can do to improve this going forward. Thank you again, and look forward to seeing you, hopefully at ResFest, and talking to you next quarter.